Welcome back to another monthly money update. My name is Kariel and I do these videos monthly basically to update you guys on how my business is going, how my finances are going, and how I am going, basically since I started this whole entrepreneurship journey. So if this is your first time here, a few months ago I quit my job and I started my business. I officially launched my business, which is a digital marketing consulting agency. So basically what I'm doing right now, the thing that I'm focusing on is doing social media management for local businesses, and it's going well so far, but I do have some ups and downs, especially in the past couple of months. So I just want to update you guys because I want to make sure that I am being open and honest, so that if any of you are thinking about leaving your 9 to 5, you just want to start up a business on the side, you kind of know what to expect. Especially here in the Virgin Islands, I found that things might be a little bit more difficult when it comes to like starting your own business. So I just want to be open about everything so that you're a little bit more prepared, than I was. So in today's video, I'm going to give you guys an update on all of my expenses and stuff over the past couple months. This video is actually going to be November and December. I have everything written out here on my laptop, and like I said, we're going to talk about all of my business updates. I'm going to tell you guys how things have been going over the past couple months. And then in the end, we're actually going to do a Q&A. So I asked you guys on Instagram to submit some questions for me, and I have a good bit of questions here to answer. So make sure you stick around for that, and let's just get started. Like I said, the past couple of months have been a little bit of a roller coaster. I've had a lot of positives and a lot of not a lot of negatives, some negatives, but that's expected. I wrote down a list of like pros and cons, just like things that have been happening, little like milestone moments. So for pros, I paid myself for the first time, guys. Very exciting stuff. I have not been paying myself. If you guys watched my quitting video, which I will link up here, basically in that video I explained to you guys that I was not going to be rushing into things. I just wanted to make sure that I had my clients onboarded and that things were going fine. I wanted to make sure that I was feeling a little bit more settled before I started onboarding new clients. So I wasn't really in a rush to make any income, and I had money saved up basically that I was going to be using over these past few months. And I still have money that I'm going to be continuing to use, so like as needed, I guess. I'm going to be taking money out of the account, but I have a certain amount basically allotted to myself, taxes, and then money that's going back into the business. So that's how things are going right now. I have been able to travel every month, which is both a blessing and a curse, because when you travel you tend to spend a little bit more, but I really enjoyed being able to travel within the region. So I've done 2 trips to St. Thomas and a trip to Puerto Rico. I did some house sitting over Christmas time, which is really nice because I got a nice little change of environment. It's always nice to feel like you're somewhere else. It's like a little staycation, if you will. Yeah, it was just nice. Taxes. If you watched my last couple of videos, I was so stressed about figuring out taxes on my own, self-employment taxes, just everything about taxes that you could possibly be stressed about. I was stressed about it. So I found somebody to help me with my taxes, and I was kind of iffy about like who I was working with. I got some recommendations and kind of like had phone calls with people to see like how they were and if we would be a good fit, because my priority right now is to build up a good solid team. So I want to make sure that the people that I'm working with, they're working with me, we're a good match. If I have questions, I want to feel comfortable and be able to ask all those questions that I have. And so I found my person, and I don't know why I didn't start with this person. I mean, I guess I kind of know. So I was kind of iffy about like working with people that I know personally, especially with something so new. But I realized that this decision and this person is probably the best person that I could possibly work with. I'm just so happy that things have worked out now. Today's actually January 31st, and I went to BIR, which is our local tax office, and I paid my taxes today. This is the earliest that I've ever done taxes, paid my taxes. It's all done. I feel so good. Weight has been lifted off of my shoulder. Let me just tell you, okay? We've gone through a long journey with this whole tax situation, and it's working out. So yeah, I'm really hoping that this is going to be a nice long-term working relationship with this person. I've been getting lots of positive feedback from my clients, which has been really great. And I wrapped up a short-term project with one of my dream clients, so I was very happy about that. If you guys want me to go into any more detail in my next video, feel free to ask me questions down below, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick run through. Now for cons, one thing I'll say is that, which I was kind of warned about before I started my business, I actually had like a sit down with another social media manager here on Island, and they did warn me about something. I don't remember the exact like term that she used, but she said basically like task creep. So like you set out like a certain list of deliverables with your clients, and then somehow, you know, as the time goes on, somehow like little things just keep getting added on in there, you know. So I'm kind of figuring out how to work with that, because like I want to be able to give the businesses what they want, and I don't want to bankrupt them, because literally the point of my business is to help them grow. So I'm kind of trying to figure out the middle ground there. So I'm trying to balance being compensated fairly, but also not being a financial burden on those businesses that I'm actually trying to help out. So when I figure it out, obviously I will share. So in the past video, I told you all that I secured 2 long-term clients, which I was very happy about, especially in my first, I think it was in my first month of, you know, launching my business officially. I got those 2 clients, so things have been working really well with them. I didn't want to onboard any new clients for a while. I wanted to make sure that things were settled, make sure that I got into a routine, but things are going to be changing in February. So I basically, in my contracts, I make sure that my clients can give me a 30-day notice of if anything is going to be changing. So one of my clients are actually going to be pausing their services in February. I'm not sure for how long, but I had already decided that in January I would be reaching out to more businesses locally to work with them. So I finally did that. I was feeling so nervous about it. I had emails written for like days, just like sitting in my drafts, but I finally sent out some emails. So I'm hoping, praying that some people will get back to me and that they actually want to work with me. I'm excited to just set up some calls and see where things go from there. But again, like I said, I'm not too like stressed about onboarding too many people all at once. So even if I get 1 or 2 clients in the next few months, I think that'll be really good, and hopefully that one client who paused their services will be able to come back on. Now I'm gonna be clear that it's not anything to do with like us. They actually explained why they're gonna be pausing it, and they were sure to tell me that they are loving the services so far. They love everything that's been happening. I don't know if I think I did share this, but some products that we were pushing online for them actually sold out in their stores. So I was feeling very good about our relationship, like our working relationship. So I'm excited to continue working with them and also work with new people. So if you know of anyone who would be interested in my services, you can direct them to the link down in my description box, because I am currently accepting new clients. So yeah, all of January basically I spent like reorganizing my pitch deck. I have my schedule set out, so I know basically at certain times of the month what types of work I'm going to be doing. I like working in batches, so that basically if I'm working on content creation for one person, I'm doing it for everybody all at once. If I'm working on captions, all of that is happening at once. If I'm sending out invoices, I'm doing all of that at a certain time in the month, okay? So I'm making sure that everybody's on the same schedule and I get in everything. Everything has a structure and a system, and I thought that that's pretty much been the most important thing to me throughout this whole process of starting a business. It's been running smoothly, I think, because I've been spending this time to set up all these systems. If you guys are interested in the actual programs and stuff that I use, I can also share that information. Just let me know down below in the comments what you actually want me to like get into detail about. I'm gonna make sure to leave timestamps below so that if you are only interested in the business updates, you can watch that. If you want to skip ahead and just talk about the finance part, let me know. And maybe in future videos, because it seems like this is getting to be a little bit longer, I'll make sure to like make them 2 separate videos or something. I also decided that I was going to make a list of things that I'm going to work on as things continue to develop in my business, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So obviously, like, I'm not perfect, so I want to make sure that I am sharing the things that I'm going to work on, so that it's things that you can think about if you are probably going to be in the same situation. So, or I mean, these are like things that I think are helpful in everyday life. Like, you can apply them to other things. The first thing that I said that I need to work more on is more communication with my clients in between our monthly calls. So right now with the clients that I have, so their packages actually include monthly calls where we basically hash out like any updates. I basically give them an update on analytics. I do like a whole report for them. They tell me about things that they've liked, things that they don't like, how we can, you know, work together moving forward on just whatever projects that they have coming up, especially when it comes to tasks that aren't necessarily related to the social media parts of things. With the 2 long-term clients, I have multiple things that I manage for them, including their websites. So yeah, as things go along, I just want to be able to communicate more with them. Just maybe if it's on my end, maybe sending out some more update emails. They know they have access to me, but I guess I just want to make sure that I'm updating them and being very clear about whatever it is that I'm trying to communicate to them. Like I mentioned in my vlogs, I've just been working on feeling more comfortable speaking to people more about my business. So just, you know, when the opportunity arises, being able to talk to people. So not necessarily when they set up calls, because with calls, I'm pretty much ready. I have like a structure for having those calls. I have my pitch deck and everything. But like, just, you know, networking in everyday life, I need to just speak up a little bit more about my business. I haven't been doing too much marketing, even though it's a marketing business so far, just because I've liked, you know, relying on word of mouth. I feel that I've gotten the best connections so far through that. Right now, like I said, I've been sending out emails, but I really do enjoy the clients that I have right now, and I found everybody through word of mouth. I think I'm just going to keep doing things the way that I've been doing them, and if it becomes necessary, then I'll start, you know, putting out ads if I need to. Another note that I put here is that I'm keeping an open mind, learning as I go, and at the same time figuring out boundaries for myself and the best way of communicating them with my clients. Okay, so now we've reached the part in this video where we're going to talk about my spending over the past couple of months. So we're going to talk about November and December. I actually did my December like budget recap before I did November because I was scared, and for good reason. And we'll get into that. We're going to do a quick budget recap. We're going to compare the two, see how we're going, talk about the goals that I had set in my past video, if I actually met any of those goals. Did I spend more? Did I spend less than I did last month? Let's see. November was a disaster. So let me just go through the goals that I had in my last video. So I'll just give you guys a quick recap. So the last time I said that I wanted to reduce my personal restaurant spending. I would reduce it so that more of those restaurant expenses would really be business expenses. So if I was going out to eat, it would be because I was either filming a YouTube video or I'm sharing on my Instagram or something like that. Something along those lines, something to do with the business. The last time I was filming, we were basically at the midpoint of November, and I said that I had already been spending way too much on food. I was telling the truth, and that I was going to buy groceries and try to turn that around. So let's go through November expenses and see how we did. In November, I spent $367.36 on groceries. My dining out bill was $381.97. I definitely said I wanted to keep that under $300, so I did not do a very good job there. On coffee, somehow I spent $130.60, which is just like blowing my mind because I literally do not drink coffee. I mean, obviously I know that this is like me going to like the coffee shop to like work, but did I really spend $130.60 on coffee? I'm gonna go back in the trend. Let me do that right now. Let's go. What the heck? Coffee. Oh, you know what it is? I changed some of the labels on one spreadsheet and forgot to change it on the other spreadsheet. So the $130.60 is actually me spending money on like nightlife. So going out to parties, buying drinks, those kind of things. So that's what I spent $130, which is more reasonable, but like still ridiculous that I spent that much going out. But it was November, the second half of November actually, so a lot of people started coming home because it's Christmas time, and Christmas time is a time to be here for like going out and stuff. So, and our restrictions had just lifted, so that's why that bill is so high. I started going out, catching up I guess on lost time. So spent a lot on that. I guess I'll just continue reading from here. Other food, $17.25. So that is probably my actual coffee bill. On eyebrows, hair, and nails, I spent $40.18. I got my nails done and what did I do there? I actually ended up buying like a little ponytail, which I never actually ended up wearing. It was supposed to be like a New Year's thing. We'll see if I ever use it, but that's what that cost is from. $40. Okay, anyway, on the gym, spent the usual $57.50. My gym expenses are actually going to be probably going up in the next couple months because Kareem is leaving me and we're on the gym membership together. You guys have met Kareem in my videos before. He's one of my close friends here, and yeah, I need a new gym buddy. On health bills, $38.46. That's just like normal, like birth control pickup. On gas, spent $39.71. And then just miscellaneous shopping, so on clothing, random shopping, entertainment, so like I guess like subscriptions and stuff. I spent $177. So things really add up. Like those expenses where like you're not necessarily planning for them and you just decide to like pick up things here and there, they're really freaking add up. So $177 on that. And then somehow I also spent $178.71 on things for the work side. I basically spent it on my personal card, but I will be reimbursed that amount from my business because I documented it as part of my business expenses. So yes, in total, in November, I spent $1,251.74. And as you know, if you watch my first budgeting video, my goal is to keep my spending under $1,000. So I definitely did not do a very good job in November. Now we are going to move into December. We're going to speed through our December expenses. On food, I spent a total of $413.53. Most of that came from restaurants and alcohol. I actually only spent $77.94 on groceries in December, which is kind of wild, but the reason is that I flew to St. Thomas, spent like a week and a half with my dad there, and then I came back here and I was house sitting, so I didn't really have to buy groceries. And alcohol, $50, the most that it's been since I've started like recording all of this. It's December, like I said, it's party season, hanging out with friends a lot, and every time you go over to somebody's house, you know, you can't go with your hands swinging, so you have to carry something, and the easiest, best thing to carry is a bottle of alcohol. So that's where that cost came from. So now on to personal care. I spent $145 on a pedicure, manicure, treat myself, you know. I don't regret it. It was a good time. I also got my eyebrows done, so yes, all of that. Actually, I think Brandy also reimbursed me for some of that because I think that also includes hers. Working out, so that's my gym bill, which is a normal $57.50. So in total on personal care, I spent $219.12. On transportation, I spent $123.50. So that includes any type of gas or Ubers or traveling. So that includes my flight to St. Thomas, which was $50 because I actually used a credit that I had from since like a year or two ago. No, a year ago. And then miscellaneous spending, so again on entertainment, miscellaneous shopping, clothing, I spent a total of $166.34, and $155.26 was actually on entertainment, so that includes subscriptions. And then also this month I ended up going to the movies like way more than I ever have. So again, I say like I don't go to the movies that often, I don't get my hair done that often, I don't get my nails done that often, but those things really do add up when you actually decide to go. And I think that month we went to the movies like 4 times, just with like different friends and seeing different movies. And you know, I'm not necessarily a movie person. I definitely like binge watching shows, but when it's like a group thing for like a lot of people to go and hang out and go to the movies, I mean, why not, you know? So that's where that cost came from that month. And so my total spending for the month of December was $756.15, which is actually wild because I thought that I would have spent a lot more in December, but it actually turns out that November was a little bit worse. So we reduced the spending and stayed under our goal of $1,000 in this month. So we are doing pretty well there. Goal because I was supposed to film this so long ago, because I actually did this so long ago. So my goal for next month is to sit down and go over my finances ASAP so that I can actually make the changes for the next month. So these changes will be for February. I'm very interested to see what my January spending looks like, because like I said, so I have a whole bunch of times where like I think like I don't really spend money on this, and then it just like adds up. So I want to see what my January spending looks like. It's January 31st. I know what my spending looks like. We're gonna have to have a talk, okay? So make sure you guys stick around for the next monthly money update, which is actually going to be coming to you guys on Sunday. So I'm probably going to post these videos like back to back, because I'm going to sit down tomorrow and go through all of my January expenses. I haven't gone through them, but I do know that I have made some large purchases this month that were sort of necessary, but I'm just not proud or happy that I had to make them. Now, the fun part, I get to answer your questions that you guys left for me on Instagram. If you are not following me on there, make sure you go follow me, and make sure you subscribe, since I'm like promoting myself at this point. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and keep up to date with all of these things. Okay, the Q&A. We're gonna start off easy, it's not even like related to finances, but this person asked me, have you been dating anyone recently? By the way, love your videos. Thank you for watching. So if you've been watching my vlogs, you've probably seen Kyle in my videos. Kyle is my boyfriend. Yeah. The best thing about working for yourself, I really love the freedom, being able to come up with my own schedule. Yeah, that's really been the best thing, number one thing, being able to work from home, being able to work from bed. I remember like one time somebody asked me what my dream job would be, and I was like, I could literally do anything as long as I could do it from my bed. Like, that would be great. So yes, I feel like I've made my dream job right now, and I'm going to do whatever it takes so that I don't have to go back to working in an office, working in a 9-to-5. I really do enjoy all of the freedom that comes with this, and I love the creativity of it. I'm just having a pretty good time right now. So yes, that should answer that question. The worst thing about working for yourself, I will also say, is somewhere around like the whole scheduling situation, because like once, I think like you just have to have a lot of, you can't rely on being motivated to get the work done. You really just have to be, disciplined. You have to be very disciplined. So like if you know that you have something that you need to get done, get it done. And if you procrastinate wisely. Like, you know how long it'll take you to get something done. So if you decide that you're gonna leave it until last minute and stay up until 4 o'clock in the morning, then that's on you, but just make sure that you get things done when you need to get it done. I have lots of advice to give you guys, all right? I've learned a lot since I started this journey. So I definitely want to make some more sit-down videos where I can talk to you about everything. Next question. Oh, wait, worst thing also about working for yourself, having to pay doctor's bills. No insurance. It's a problem. And I don't want to think about it. Do you think it saves money by ordering dry goods once a month versus Plaza? So I haven't personally done it. I know a lot of people do buy like snacks and stuff, just like pantry stuff, and then just get it shipped down here. Buying groceries is really expensive here, and I used to just, go to the closest grocery and just like, I was spending a lot more money than I needed to, but really you do have to learn to like shop around, especially for certain things. Maybe one day I will try it out. Maybe I'll make a whole video about it. That might be kind of fun. But yes, I do know people who do it, so I'm assuming that it does pay off. I personally don't do it because I also just don't like going to the post office or figuring out Paradise Freight. I'm just kind of lazy when it comes to those things, so I prefer to just like, if I could get this person to do my groceries for me, to get my groceries for me, and I could just go pick it up and then just, get the bulk stuff every once in a while, I'll do that. So that's what I do. I'm sorry if I didn't actually answer that question, but I actually just don't know because I haven't done it. But it might save some money depending on where you shop and depending on how much shipping is too. Because I know some places, like I know Walmart, a lot of people shop at Walmart, a lot of people shop at Amazon, And depending on the time of year, sometimes they have free shipping. So if you get free shipping for sure, you'll definitely save a lot more on those goods. How have your goals changed in the last year? So I like this question. As you guys know, I was working for the first like 3 quarters of the year last year, so 2021, and I was actually saving up to hopefully buy some land and build a house or buy a house. I decided instead that I was going to use that money as kind of like, I added it onto my emergency fund and made a giant emergency fund, which turned into my investment into my business. So my goals have definitely changed a lot. I would still love to be able to buy a house at some point, hopefully soon. Right now, I mean, my goals are just to continue growing this business, just be happy. I want to travel a lot, just enjoy the time that I have right now. I feel like I spent a lot of my life thinking about the future and worrying about the future, and right now I just feel like it's time for me to focus on myself and enjoy myself, and I don't know, just kind of go with the flow. Clearly things have changed. I said this in a lot of videos that I'm a planner. I definitely still am a planner, but I feel like I'm less like nitpicky about like every single little detail and how the future is gonna happen, because I just want to chill for a little bit, and I feel like it's working out in my favor. I mean, I'm not like chilling because I'm trying to like do stuff, I'm trying to build a business, but chilling as in like I'm not going to be anxious or worried about the future. Okay, I'm still worried obviously, but I'm trying to not overthink it. How has it been since you quit your job, financially and mental health wise? So financially, obviously I'm not making as much as I was making when I was working. In 1 month, I think it was in November, I made more than I was making per month at my job, which is great. But you know, overall, like I said, I'm splitting up the money basically, where a certain percentage goes towards the business, a certain percentage goes to me, and then a certain percentage goes away for taxes. So even though my business made more than when I was working, I still didn't get more than when I was working. So I'm just working on slowly building that up. Yeah, I'm still making enough so that I'm not like struggling, and like I said, I still have a set amount of money saved up to use. I made sure that I saved up enough money so that I wouldn't really have to change like the way that I live in order to like do all of this. So things are still very comfortable, and I am very grateful for that. It's definitely a very privileged position to be in, and I'm not taking it for granted at all. Like I said, I'm really trying to take advantage of this whole situation that I have going on. And then mental health wise, I mean, I feel like everyone can tell, everybody's been telling me that I'm glowing and that I look really good. I'm having the best time of my life. It was the best decision of my life. Like, I am having a really great time working on this project, and it's really nice that I get to work on this and it's for me. I'm definitely the happiest that I have been in years, like no joke, no lie, like the happiest. Okay, so I just had to move over a little bit, but what was I saying? Yeah, if you're in my close friend group, you know that I've gone through a lot. So for me to say that I am literally the happiest that I've ever been in a long time, like, you know that I am extremely happy right now. Like, obviously things are not perfect. Like, I could give you a list of things that would make my life better, but I'm really happy with life right now, which has not been something that I could say. Okay, let's not get too deep. You didn't ask for all that. Can I have your number, and when are you coming back to Trinidad? Well, like I said in the first question, I do have a boyfriend. So no. I want to come back to Trinidad. I would like to go very soon. I was planning to go in December, but ticket prices are just too ridiculous. So honestly, as soon as the ticket prices are reasonable, I'm making a trip. Favorite TV shows right now? Right now, I'm watching Ozark. The last season just came out, like the first half of the last season. It's so good so far. I am doing my best not to completely binge the entire thing. I'm also watching One Piece with Kyle. He's been begging me for a couple years now to watch the whole thing. So I think he finished like 1,000 episodes or something, and I think they have like a new season or something out that they've been dropping episodes on, but we're on like episode 50 something. So, you know, I'm basically a beginner, but it's what we watch together. he got me into anime. I'll just leave it at those two because those are like the two main shows that I'm really watching right now. I do also really love Succession. I need to get back into that. And I just finished something the other day, but I can't even think about what it is. Kyle and I just binge watched a show the other day, and it was actually pretty scary, and I don't watch scary things, so I'm not even gonna talk about it because I'm not gonna recommend it. It was good, I guess, but it's not my show, not my type of show. Okay, 3 things that you've learned since going the entrepreneurial route that you never thought about before. So I am actually going to do a whole video on the things that I've learned. I've been trying to keep like a running list because I feel like as things come up, I try to write it down so that it's like, it's not that I'll forget it, but I just want to make sure that I appreciate those things, like appreciate the growth, you know, like I can actually see like on a piece, not a piece of paper, but like I can actually see in this document like what I've been learning as time goes on, and it's just wild. I've been learning a lot in this short period of time. I've learned a lot. I'll tell you the 3 things that I thought about when I first looked at this question. So the first thing is taxes. Not even about doing the taxes. Well, first of all, I didn't even know that there were so many different types of taxes that I had to worry about, like not just like federal taxes, but like here in the Virgin Islands, so many freaking taxes. I mean, I know you all want us to work in a normal like company, but geez, give the people trying to start up a thing a break. They're trying to take everybody's money. Taxes, I just want to give the advice that, you know how I was talking earlier about being really comfortable with the person who's doing my taxes and being able to ask questions to an accountant and like know that the information that you're getting is actually like good information. Do that. Find somebody that you trust who can actually help you and help you to understand everything that you need to know, because I mean you can really find ways to not have to pay so much money. So it's good when you have somebody who's on your side, and yeah, just build up your team with people that you trust. The second thing is having an open mind about what you do. So I would say when you're starting a business, to just you don't need to be super rigid about like, you know, like this is what you offer and that's it. I feel like especially here in my experience working with local businesses, there are some things that, you know, like they might want that might not necessarily be like might not be your strength, but there's always somebody who can do it. So while I would say make sure that you have your boundaries, I would still say have an open mind. And then the third thing is community. I have really seen the value of community in the past few months. Like I said, most of the growth in my business, every client that I've gotten has been through word of mouth, and I am really appreciative basically for everybody that has been, you know, sharing everything that I've been posting. I'm really grateful for this community that I've built here on YouTube. You know, there are so many people on here that I've literally never seen or met before in my life, but you all are so very supportive and you always leave me really nice comments. And I don't know, it's just nice knowing that, you know, when things get hard, you still have people behind you. Like sometimes it's hard to believe in yourself and the things that you want to do, but it's really nice when you have people behind you who are actually supporting you and, you know, who actually also believe in what you're trying to do. So yes, very grateful for community, very grateful for all of you guys. Thank you for subscribing, thank you for joining on this video. I hope you learned something. If anything, I hope you were entertained. I also want to shout out these subscribers. I'm gonna pop in this picture right here, who bumped into Kyle and got a picture with him. I hope you guys had an amazing time while you were here. I was so excited. Cutest thing. If you guys are ever visiting St. Croix and you see me or you see Kyle or my brother or anybody else who's been in my videos, make sure you stop them, stop me. I really love meeting you guys, and I'm just very grateful for you all. So that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for joining today, and I will see you guys in my next video, okay? Bye.